Back to the Cold War. In the early 1960s, and I'm going to quote 1962, the Pentagon had the single integrated operating plan. And in 1962, so it was the SIOP 62, and it made a educated guess of what the casualties would be in Russia if the United States engaged in a nuclear war. This is 1962. And so the Pentagon plan called for attacking 1,000 targets in Russia. And they estimated that the Russian casualties would be 362 million people in 72 hours. No, excuse me, 335 million people within the first 72 hours. That's just Russians only. So the Pentagon knew in 1962, with the weapons they had at that time, that in the first 3 days, 335 million Russians would die.
That's almost half a century ago. And technology-wise, we have far greater weaponry and capabilities now, even going into space.
Yeah, we're talking, I've said many times, 1 billion people will die in this war.
So we have to wrap our minds around this concept, and most viewers and listeners may not even realize this. America is in a first strike mentality.
Yes. We have warmongers running the country right now, Doc, and the Russians know it. This is what we've been saying. The Russians and the Chinese know that the American leaders have gone insane.
Yes.
Bloodthirsty gangsters, as I think we've referred to as this program.
And insisting that the nations of the world accept and implement America's sexual immorality.
Yes.
Abortion, homosexuality, transvestism, whatever you call it, all right, transgenderism. The rest of the world is looking at America as an insane asylum with nuclear weapons.
Yes.
And we're forcing nations to accept it. And they're realizing these people are planning a global, they're planning a nuclear war to have global conquest, to dominate the planet for 1,000 years.